Estado de Zacatecas, como te recuerdo por donde yo voy.
Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode. This is your host, Tiana.
And this is your co-host, Cynthia.
Hermana, ¿cómo estás?
Good, how are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for your help. I just want to say that off the bat. Thank you so much for your help. That's it. If you know, you know.
That's it.
That's it. This episode, just right off the bat, I just want to say it's going to be different. It's not going to be our usual, I guess, Walter Mercado relationship advice. We will continue those.
Yes.
But in this episode, it's something that we've been talking about. I know, Cynthia, you brought it up many times. We finally got the go on the green light. So we are going to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's a more serious topic. Like we've already said, we want to bring all types of things to you guys. We're not just silly romance experts.
Yes.
We want to, make sure that you guys are, really connecting with us, and hopefully you guys enjoy this episode as much as you guys have been enjoying the other ones, because this episode's really special for us. It's something that is close to home, and we want to bring out the subject out there to as many people as we can, because we once were very close-minded, I would say, and not educated on the subject. Not that, we're experts now, but it's just we're more aware of this topic, and we for sure, we've learned a lot, and I'm sure there's a lot to learn too.
Yes, like Cynthia was saying, this is close to home. We weren't as aware as we are now about this condition. Mm-hmm. Just a little background, I do work with these type of special kids. I love them. They're cool. They're older. And I'm learning every day about them. But this is something that's close to home. Mm-hmm. Our nephew has this condition, and we just want to briefly, I guess we're not going to get into too much depth, but we're going to explain what his condition is, and maybe someone can connect to this while hearing this or watching this and get informed, just like as we're getting informed on the daily.
Yeah, and not necessarily just you're being diagnosed as a child. There is probably, some signs that your parent or you might have missed. So for sure, leave a comment down below if you know or yourself, can relate to this.
Yes. So I'm just going to briefly define two terms before we jump into our special call of the day, which is going to basically take over today's episode. For first definition is, what is a disability? A disability is a physical or mental condition that limits a person, movements, senses, or activities. So that's the first vocabulary word to add to Chingonas, which is on a serious note, add to Chingonas about what a disability means. And then the other one, I guess we can say that we're going to focus on the disability of autism. There's different stages for sure. But we're just going to focus on our nephew's stage.
Yeah. Just because we relate to it. We know that there's a million disabilities out there.
Yes.
And if you guys do want us to touch up on another one, for sure we'll be more than happy to. Just, of course, we need to do our homework and really learn about the subject. We just felt a little more comfortable starting with this one because, like, we've said so many times, this hits closer to home. Our nephew was diagnosed just over a year old when he was diagnosed with autism, and just learning how to approach this subject has been, a roller coaster ride, I'm sure, for my brother and his family.
Yes. So there's different definitions for autism. I'm just gonna put it in the simplest form. Autism is defined as a lifelong, non-progressive neurological disorder, typically appearing before the age of 3 years old. The word autism means a developmental disability significantly affecting verbal and nonverbal communication and social interaction.
Okay.
So our nephew, yes, has autism. And I love my nephew.
Yeah.
He's the sweetest little boy.
He, you just see him and he contagious everybody. And I don't know if that's how you say it.
Yeah, he's very, his aura is very contagious.
Yeah.
I feel like I could connect with him.
Yeah. He's such a sweetheart. He's so smart.
So smart.
So smart.
So smart. with a lot of, just like a brief background, a lot of the older kids that are have autism, and it's just, they're so smart.
Yeah.
They're so smart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I want to be as smart as you. But yes, we are gonna go ahead and call our brother so he can school us and just talk about how this condition has affected him, his wife, his family, and just what he's learned and what he's teaching us too.
Yeah. So we had already said we were going to talk about this, and today when I opened my Facebook, I saw that there was a case in California of an officer that actually punched a 17-year-old because I guess he had gotten into an argument with another 16-year-old boy, and the officer had no idea that this boy had this condition.
Yes.
And he went ahead and punched him straight in the face. And it's just, everything's being recorded on a camera, and it's just like, I told my sister I wanted to speak about this because in the Hispanic community, it's very common for us as parents, as as a traditional Hispanic household, to just brush off this subject.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not something we should be brushing off or ignoring.
Yes.
And this just goes to show that not only us as Hispanics are not educated about it, but there's so many people out there that still are not aware of the signs or how to approach
a person
somebody
with autism.
Yeah. Or what to even look for.
Exactly.
So it was very hard to see that video because it's just, I could relate to that little boy just being so scared and needing comfort and needing like whatever, like, because his dad says in the article that he taught his son when he's in like in fear and like in an awkward situation to just go home, and that's exactly what this little boy was doing. And it's just like he was basically stopped because the officer used so much force, and it's just, it was unbelievable that somebody with authority couldn't he didn't know how to approach this little boy. He didn't know what signs to look for in this little boy to interpret like, like no es un niño regular being like grosero.
Right.
He has a disability. It's so sad to see that somebody in office couldn't tell that this boy had a disability.
Yeah. So for sure, working with kids in my department is special ed, but now it's called the diverse learners department. And then shout out to the people that actually take us serious to being a department. Our department is very big. There's a lot of kids that have different disabilities, from the lowest to the highest of like very severe disabilities. There's like, how we were mentioning, there's a lot of disabilities out there, and some people are not aware, especially I feel like in the Hispanic community, like we don't really talk about it. We don't really want to acknowledge the fact that something is wrong or maybe wrong with your child, and maybe you just don't know what it is.
Yeah. And I've heard a lot of times people just say, oh, es que es malcriado, es que lo tienen bien apapachado.
What's that word? Imperactivo?
Ajá, es bien imperactivo.
Yeah.
Mi hijo es bien imperactivo.
Yeah.
But it's just, they don't know what signs to look out for, or the typical, and I myself, I'm one of these parents that it's just, you go to the doctor and the doctor asks you like, oh, does your son do A, B, and C?
Yes.
And you're like, yes. Like, because you yourself don't see anything critical.
Wrong.
So it's just,
or alerting.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just want to brush it off, and it becomes a regular doctor visit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think the doctor and the parent are both at fault, because it's the doctors, they're seeing your child for 30 minutes, maybe an hour.
Yes.
But the parent, too, didn't let the doctor know what signs to look out for, or what further, check, what further the doctor could check for.
So I'm just gonna jump in a little bit about what people with autism may experience. Behavior wise, it's inappropriate social interaction. So poor eye contact and compulsive behavior, impulsivity, repetitive movements, self-harm, or persistent repetition of words or actions. That's in the behavior part. And the development part, it's learning disability of speech delay in a child, The cognitive side is intense interest in a limited number of things or problem paying attention. Psychological, it's unaware of others' emotions or depressions. Also common, anxiety, change in voice, sensitivity to sound, or a tic. So I think we experience our nephew in certain situations where he's had this
and
incidents happen.
and also I know we mentioned it, but there is different stages of autism.
Yes, there's different stages of autism. I guess we're having our brother talk more about where Liam is, our nephew. But I'm actually happy that we are informed more now and we keep learning about different disabilities out there. So we don't fucking sound like an asshole or be an asshole to people that are different from us. But you know what I'm saying? So people are more aware that people are, they're different from ours, but they're not different.
Yeah.
We're just assholes sometimes.
Yeah, no, yeah. We don't know how to approach it. And it's not their fault. It's our fault for not being informed.
Yes.
That's why we want to bring out this video, because we know that, possibly somebody out there can relate to this. Or, if you guys you guys don't even have kids, and in the future you guys were to have a kid with a disability, what signs to look out for.
Yes. And just like very, very quickly, there was like an example of this comedian lady that said that her husband had signs of being on the spectrum, of having like autism gestures and stuff. And now they went to diagnose him, and I guess they took like a diagnostic test. And he has autism. He has some percentage of autism in him, and he is like 40 something.
Okay.
So he was diagnosed at 40 something.
At a later age.
It's just like maybe when he was little,
they missed the signs.
Or just parents ignored the signs.
Yeah.
That's the difference, So we are going to go ahead and call our brother. He's going to be with us the majority of our episode. I honestly just wanted him to talk about just everything that he has, experienced with my nephew, Liam, that has autism.
Yeah, and he did mention that he was going to try and see if my nephew could read a short story or just, talk to us himself. So looking forward to that.
We shall see.
Hello.
Hi, bro.
Hey, brother.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for being on our episode today.
Whenever I can be with the las chingonas, I'm not going to say no.
Thank you.
O sea, obvio. No, but honestly, thank you so much for being on our episode. I previously asked you for permission because this is a serious topic. And like we mentioned previously, this episode is going to involve you a lot on the call. So we did kind of give a definition of what autism is and the definition of a disability. But we want to just hear more about you and what you guys learned as a family about autism, and just anything you want to share about Liam's condition.
Yeah, well, likewise, I'm really happy. This is something that's close to my heart. So I'm really happy that you guys are using the platform to, maybe, hopefully provide some information for people that need it, or just listen to, words about encouragement for situations that they might be in,
Yeah.
So obviously it's one thing to post it on, social media. It's another thing to have, a platform like you guys and be able to share it, with more people that way.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for letting us share it. So when did you first realize Liam was different?
Yeah. So, oh man, the part about that, it really sucks. It really sucks because Liam was born in 2014, 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 eyes, 2 ears, cheeks, beautiful. And nothing, you as a parent, you're like, oh, lo que Dios quiera or whatever. And we didn't realize anything, like he hit his milestones. He was sitting up. He walked at 14 months. Nothing that alerted us. But then in 2016, so he's 1.5, almost 2. In 2016, I remember we were at a summer party, and that's when I was the only one. We were at a family, summer cookout, and like he was just by himself. Like he didn't want to be around, like he didn't want to be around us, and he kept focusing on these coasters, and like just like it was odd, and obviously the kid is 1.5, not even 2, but like I saw something there, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then a couple weeks, days, months later, I also noticed that he stopped talking. Obviously he wasn't, he's 2. He's not, having a conversation or saying, anything crazy, but he would say, agua, water in Spanish, mom, little things like that. His sister is Brianna, so he would say Bree, little things like that. And that, that stopped too. So I was like, oh, okay. And then, he started having sleeping through the night. Like he would wake up and just cry. And then, sometimes during the day too, he would just cry. And that's when finally, like, I remember, in late August, and I remember this because Cynthia was going to get married. I don't know if you remember this, Diana. Cynthia was already in Mexico. But I was driving you guys to the airport, and that's the first time that I told you guys, like, hey, I think something's up with Liam.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, we're going to have him checked out.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, we went to Mexico, and you guys kind of saw a little bit what I was talking about over there too. And then by the time he came back, we set up an appointment with the doctor. And she's like, well, I do see some things. Obviously I can't, give you a diagnosis, but I'll refer you to a specialist. And like the word autism was never said in that conversation, like it really wasn't. But just, being a parent and you're paranoid and what's going on, you start, Googling like certain symptoms or certain, traits that are going on. And that's the first time that I ever in my life, learned about autism. Like literally, I had never thought about it, didn't know it was a thing, nothing, And so I talked to my wife and I said, hey, there's something called autism. And some of the things that, some of the things that they describe, it's kind of what Liam is going through. So by the time that we went to go see the specialist, we brought it up, like, could this be autism? And like right away, you're like, well, with autism, the kids don't get diagnosed until they're 3. So, we can't give you that diagnosis, but do I see something around there? Yes. Okay. So we're like, okay, what's the next step? He's like, oh, well, right now you can't really do anything. And we're like, you can't do anything. Like, what is, there's something wrong. There's something that we have to do. So there it was more like, hey, you just have to wait and see. Maybe, maybe things change. But we weren't gonna wait and say like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe this is just a phase or this is something like we right away, like, I went back to the library. I hadn't gone to the library since high school, and just picked up a bunch of autism books and just read through it. My whole and my wife's focus just became watching videos online about autism and just learning anything we could. And then a friend, reaching out to people, some family members, are in the same situation or were in the same situation. So we reached out to them, for anything that can just help us, and it was sad, man. During that time, it was so sad because it's like when your kid is sick, right? Small comparison. It's like, your kid has a cough or has a fever or just malito. And like right away, your parent instincts are to like, hey, I got to do anything I can to fix it, to make him feel comfortable, to make him feel better. And here was the situation where you can't just fix it. No, you couldn't. Like it was breaking our hearts that there was nothing that we can do to fix him, Yeah. And not, I don't want to say it like that, but I hope you guys understand what I'm getting at. It's like,
yeah, for sure.
I want this to be over. Where was this kid who was, looking at us and laughing at us and saying things and like, where's that kid? Like, I want that kid back. Like, what happened? What changed?
Yeah.
So anyways, talking to family, they said, hey, well, this is what we do down here, or this is what happened to us. and friends too, and somebody suggested early intervention. That's another thing that, again, the doctors didn't say anything about, specialists didn't say anything about. That was through a friend. It's like, when you think something's up, or when there's some kind of symptoms, the government will pay for therapists to come, and diagnose them and do treatment.
Work with him.
Yeah. So we immediately, started reaching out to the agencies to get help. Being the government, it took a while. But eventually they came, checked him out, and they said, yeah, he's young. Obviously, same thing. He can't be diagnosed with autism, but we do see things there. So, they write a report, and then, I guess show it to whoever they need to show it to you. And then, in a couple of weeks, you get an answer about, okay, yeah, we'll start treatment. So by the time that he was, a little bit over 2, at the end of 2016, he started getting treatment. He would get 3 therapists that would come in and help him. And that started improving. That, things started working there too. He wasn't talking.
Did they give you a stage? What stage he was in?
No. So again, and this is the system. Because he was not 3, they couldn't get diagnosed. So he wouldn't be able to diagnose until he was close to being 3. Okay. If you guys want to jump into 2017, it's July of 2017, and just by the help of the therapist, we actually booked an appointment for him to get diagnosed. Okay, they're pushing like, hey, yeah, this kid, he's improving, he's doing such good, let's refer and see if we can get an early diagnosis. And so we took him to get diagnosed, and he got diagnosed as high functioning, it's called. So with autism, there's severe, there's high functioning, which is like if you look at the kid, you can't tell he's autistic, but he is. Severe is needs help with everything. And then the middle one, oh my God, I'm losing my train of thought right now. But there's like a middle stage also.
Like a mild something, yeah.
There you go, mild, yeah, mild, yeah. So again, autism, there's severe, mild, and high functioning. And so after after we took him in, his diagnosis was high functioning. That day was hard too because he still wasn't talking. A couple of things. Eye contact, I think, was another problem. The sleeping still hadn't improved. So at least we knew that what it was. It was for sure autism.
It was confirmed.
It was high functioning. Yeah, it was finally confirmed. And so the treatment still continued. And the way that the state works is they'll pay for the treatment until the kid is 3 years old. Okay, so he continued to have treatment at the house. At that time, Brenda had she wanted to stay full time with him. So, she quit her job to stay and be there for all the therapies, because it's hard too, if parents have to leave, and how does this work? How does the treatments work? When do you have time to help the kid? So Brenda stayed home after that and was there throughout the first treatment. We got him into speech therapy. This was something that we did on our own, because they weren't offering that. So we did that on our own. For autism, and then they'll tell you this, like, the earlier that it can be diagnosed and the earlier that it's detected and the help that you get, then the chances of progress or the situation becoming better is improved.
Yeah.
So Leah's situation, I think that's helped. I think it was a blessing that we were able to see something was up and get him the help that he needed right away. We didn't wait until like, okay, well, the doctor said not until he's 3, let's just sit back and not do anything. Like, no, we stepped up to the plate, and like I said, our whole focus became like, no, we're gonna get this kid back that we've had for 2 years. That was you gave him a look and he was just joy and all these things. Like our determination was we're gonna get this kid back to the way it was, you know.
Yes.
So we did everything. We changed his diet. He and Brenda, to this day, are on a gluten and dairy-free diet. And I think that helped a lot too. Liam had a hard time at that time, you know, using the bathroom, going number 2. After the diet, that wasn't a problem anymore. It was like, you know, and I'm a big believer of this too, regardless if you're autistic or just, you know, atypical, whatever. People don't know this, but your stomach it has to do a lot with your brain. Like there is a connection between those two things. And I don't know how to explain it to you, but it made a lot of sense through the books that we read. So we changed his diet. That helped out a lot too. Like things are just improving. Like he was never showing us that, no, hey, you know, you guys are wasting your time or nothing like that. Like every single challenge, every single thing that the therapist asked us to do or asked him to do, my man was improving. So we were super encouraged by that.
So you kept it
jump
going.
to, yeah, we kept it going. We never stopped, you know. Jump to 2018, right? So no more public or government assisted therapies. I was fortunate enough to you know, have insurance through my work, so we got him into Cynthia actually, but at that time was living close to a center for autistic kids, you know, to get treatment. And she sent, you know, she gave me a pamphlet like, hey, you know, I saw this place, you know, why don't you guys check it out? And you know, we did. Immediately we did. We checked it out. We liked what they told us. You know, a little on the expensive side, but you know, thank God for insurance, literally. So he's been in there since after he was 3. To this day, he's 6 now. He's gonna be 7 in October, and he's still there. What's up? I'm on the phone with your dad. You want to say hi? Here's the man himself. Okay, give me a second.
He's like, you're talking about me. Hi, Liam.
Say hi.
Hi, Liam. How are you?
Good.
Do you know your dad's talking about you? That's why you wanted to be on the call?
Yeah, but it's almost bedtime.
What-
So just a loop.
And what time is your bedtime?
So 8, but actually we have a bit of tea. So the book first. So that was like close to 9 or it's 45.
Okay.
Hey, babe, how was therapy today? What did you guys do?
So I went outside.
Did you guys play again?
So I went outside.
Oh, you went outside?
So playing with the bubbles.
Okay. Do you like playing with bubbles?
Yeah.
Liam, do you remember when I told you my birthday was gonna be, or you forgot?
That's all.
You really forgot your dad's birthday?
Yeah.
But ask him which dia though, because he knows our birthdays.
Your tia Diana? Do you know your tia Diana's birthday?
No.
You sure?
Are you sure?
How about grandma's birthday? Do you remember grandma's birthday?
It's anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the year?
Oh, 1970.
Yep.
Yes.
Expose your grandma.
Wait, do you know your dad's birthday?
Oh, so his birthday was on May 1st.
May 1st. Are we gonna celebrate your dad? He's gonna be old.
Yeah, on next Saturday.
Next Saturday, are we gonna bring him a cake, or you guys are gonna buy it?
So we're gonna buy cake just like April 15th from Mom's birthday.
All right. It was your mom's birthday.
So at April 15th, it passed already.
Yeah, it passed already. I saw the
I
pictures.
hope you guys made it, but you didn't make it.
You know what? Your dad didn't invite me.
Or me.
But did you save me a piece of cake?
So So,
Did you pick me a piece of cake?
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
piece of cake.
So you need to tell your dad to invite us for May 1st.
Yeah, his birthday.
Okay. Just some of you because we're going to call some of the people who want to celebrate his birthday.
Okay.
Okay.
And yes, we're going to make a group. So some in our house with Mac, and some are in the computer talking in the computer.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
the
okay.
group.
Hey, Liam, what is your favorite movie?
So Descendants 30.
Descendants 3?
We watched it last Saturday.
Okay.
You watched it last Saturday? Are you guys having movie night today or no?
So we watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier today. So I guess maybe
Maybe it's good.
we watched a show.
Oh, okay. Liam, what is your favorite food?
Tacos and chicken tacos and pizza.
Ooh, you are your father's son.
Tacos for sure. Liam, one very important question. Do you watch us on YouTube?
Does your dad let us watch us on YouTube?
No.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna put this put this phone call on YouTube so you could watch it with your parents and Brie.
So yeah. Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to read us a little short story or no?
No, I'm just gonna read you half of the LMK book
Okay.
before bedtime.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Liam.
So
What's the name of the book, buddy?
should I share my ice cream? By Mo Williams.
Just a few pages, okay?
What should I share my ice cream? Ice cream. Get your corn ice cream for a hot day. Boy, ice cream. One ice cream, please. You go. Oh boy, I love ice cream. Wait, you love ice cream too. Piggy is my best friend. Should I share my ice cream with her? Should I share my awesome, yummy, sweet, super great, tasty, nice, cool ice cream?
Same.
Mm.
That was very good, Liam. Thank you for reading that for us, Liam.
Say, I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Liam. This is Tia Cynthia.
I love you, Liam. This is Tia Diana.
Yay, bye.
Bye. Thank you for being on the call with us.
Thank you so much, babe.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, you guys there?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, bro, that's the proof right there. Like, this, honestly, from the time that he was 2 to the time that he was, about to be 4, nothing. No words, nothing. And look at him now. He's reading books. He's doing great in school. We just had a teacher-parent conference this week, and then, he's ready for second grade. He's in kindergarten. He's ready for second grade because his reading's amazing. His math is amazing. I mean, it's just, it's a blessing. God is good. When I learned, when I knew something was up, my heart was broken. It's like, I mean, it's just terrible to say, but it's like you lost your kid, because I'm telling you, it was just like night and day from the person that we saw, the little baby, little bundle of joy that we saw to then what was in front of our eyes. And, once we opened our eyes and saw that something was up, it's like, no, we want that back. Like, what happened? What happened? And for him to work hard, for us to continue with the sessions, with his diet, and show improvement. And what he is now, it's like it's a God, it's a godsend. It's a blessing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I give it to you guys, because it's just, you guys never lost hope. You guys kept on, insisting and trying different things that worked for you guys. And it's just, I think that's such a hard decision as a parent. If a doctor's telling you like, oh no, wait till he's 3, we're going to diagnose him when he's 3. And it's just like, sometimes you feel hopeless. It's like, okay, well, I'm listening to a professional tell me this, so let me go ahead and do it. But no, you guys, went out of your way to make sure that you found the right help and got Liam in the right hands. And for sure, look at him now. Like, he's smarter than me.
Me too.
Like, I'm a whole 32-year-old and he's smarter than me. He remembers dates, and I just, like, I love his energy. I love every time, like, obviously because of COVID right now, but every time that we're around him, he's so contagious. He just makes you want to smile. He makes you want to just sit down on the floor and just
so
play with him.
And happy.
So I'm so happy that you guys, like, went out of your way completely. And I mean, of course, that's your son. Why wouldn't you want to? But it's just, some parents just are misinformed and don't know where or how to look for other resources. And you guys, are the exception, and mad props to you guys.
Louis, any recommendations to parents that might be experiencing this, or like are like not sure if their kid has autism?
Yeah. So first and foremost, if you guys know me, reach out to me. I will have a conversation for hours about this and try to give you as much information that I can about this. Like I'm telling you, this is so close to my heart, obviously, and anything I could do to help anybody in a big situation, then I'm all for it, 100% all for it. If you're a new parent and your son or your daughter, is just diagnosed, or you see something there, don't hesitate. Like I'm telling you, if you get the help that the kid needs at a young age, you're gonna see results. And it may not be what my son is, but as long as you get them the help that they need, you're gonna do it. Again, I'll say this: the diet, he's still on the diet today, and that doesn't mean that he can't eat this, he can't eat pizza, he can't eat tacos, he can't eat hot dogs. We get him all of that stuff, but obviously it has to be certain quality. It can't be, like I said, dairy or the gluten, had any gluten for it.
Yeah.
So ice cream, he eats that too. We just get him the non-dairy one.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more expensive, but it's 100% worth it. I'm telling you guys, just beyond his disability, us as regular people, there is some kind of connection. I'm telling you, there's some kind of connection between your gut and your brain. And if you take care of your gut, you're going to take care of your brain. And honestly, I think that's part of what helps him.
Yeah, for sure.
Therapies, there's, like I mentioned, the therapy that we have him in since he was 3 is called ABA. That's the type of therapy. Some doctors, same thing happened to us. Like, no, ABA is a little bit too aggressive. Maybe you should try something else. But, we're like, no. We want aggressive. We want something that's not going to be like, yeah, he didn't want to try this today.
Yeah,
like,
something
no,
effective.
Like at ABA, yeah. So what ABA is like, nope, this is what we asked you to do. You're going to do it. And you may not do it perfectly, but as long as you give it a try, they're going to do it. So the type of therapy that we have in ABA, we, like I said, speech. So after the government stopped helping us, we got him into ABA. He went 4 times out of the week, and then the other day was speech. And he's still doing the same thing till this day. Speech, he doesn't really need that much. I mean, obviously you guys just heard, but we love her. We love his therapist. So just anything that she can do now to help him, we're still all about that. So for parents that are going through this, yes, do not wait for a doctor to tell you, no, well, there's nothing you can do, or you know what, he's going to be nonverbal, because I've heard this, and I've seen this. Doctors just think this is what it is. Just start accepting it, and sorry, like this is what God gave you. Be happy that God gave you something. But no, there's definitely help that you can get. And like I said, don't think it's going to be, it might not be what my son is, but as a parent, try it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. They may not want to eat Liam, thankfully, none of my family are picky eaters. Like, bro, tacos. You want 3 tacos? I got you 3 tacos. Don't worry. You want a burger? We'll get you a burger. Anything.
Yeah.
My kids are not picky, and some kids who are autistic are picky, but don't give in. Don't give in. Make them eat that food. If it's good for them, make them eat that food. Slowly but surely, they'll like it, and it won't be a problem. And I just think there, and then I was like, yeah, it was so super hard for us to adapt all these things in the beginning, but we're like, no, we're gonna get this kid back. We know that this kid is in there somewhere, and we're gonna get this kid back, no matter how much it takes us. And the first two years were really hard, but now nothing, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it because of the improvement. Because like you guys said, he's Liam. He's back to being excited and being happy and giving kisses to his mom and his dad in the morning, and that went away. And as a parent, when you have that and it gets taken away from you, it hurt.
Yeah.
But then to see it come back, like I can't describe it to you guys. It's the most amazing feeling I've had in my life.
Yeah,
to
so
be able
rewarding.
to get that from someone who I thought, when it hits you, and like you said, like I said, sorry, it hits you and you don't know what to expect, and you get depressed and you get all anxious about what's gonna happen, and you kind of lose hope a little bit. But then you're like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for him. I'm gonna do this for us. And then to come out of it on the other side is amazing. It's amazing. So as a parent, guys, please, do what you can for your kid. It ain't gonna be easy. 100% ain't gonna be easy, but you're gonna be rewarded. And I hope that for everybody who's listening, and I hope that for everybody in the situation, I know it's not easy, and you're gonna say, oh, but I'll give it a week. It ain't gonna happen in a week, guys. It ain't gonna happen in a month. It ain't gonna happen in 2 months. But down that road, you're gonna see something, and you're gonna be very happy that you stay committed. And that's the advice I have for the parents.
Yeah.
Stay committed to whatever you guys try, and ultimately you're gonna be rewarded.
And there's so much to this topic, but just shortly, I wanted to ask you: have you ever experienced negativity, like being out, in a public place with Liam, and somebody being negative towards Liam, or not understanding his condition, or something that triggered in public? Have you ever experienced that? Like I said, there's so much to this, but like we try to give the informative side, and just to how it is, in a public setting.
Yeah. So another thing that we did, we still signed him up for all those little kid classes. Like he went to swimming, he went to gymnastics, and on some occasions, like the parents would just look at Brenda, because, I was working, Brenda was there with them. They're like, hey, why isn't that kid following directions? Or why isn't he, why is he yelling, craziness and whatever, but it never faced us. Like, we are who we are, and he is who he is. And we're not going to start coming to the class, even if he's yelling and screaming because he doesn't want to get into the pool, or he's done, or doesn't want to follow directions. We never stop. And, like I said, after a while, he knew, hey, I have to do this. And so that stopped, and it got better. But that's what I'm telling you, don't quit. It's not going to be easy, and, your kids are going to scream and this and that, like, pretend like you're killing them, but you're not killing them. You're helping them.
Yeah.
You really are.
In the long run, yeah.
So, yeah. So don't be discouraged. If people give you the eye, or you're embarrassed because, you have that one kid who's super loud and fussy and screaming, and, they don't know what's going on. They just see a regular kid and they don't understand, and that's not their business. Don't let that discourage you. You're doing anything you can for your kids. So, it is what it is. They're going to suck it up. And like I said, eventually the kid's going to make a turnaround, and it's going to help them.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother, for all this information. I don't know if you feel comfortable us leaving like either your Instagram or your personal email, so people can maybe reach out to you if they need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, anybody who's in a situation, I'm here with you. I'm here for you. Please reach out. Then I think you have I don't even know what my Instagram is. I think you have it. So
Yes, we will list it down below.
Yeah. List my information. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, bro. We love you, and we are so proud of you and Brenda for doing the best for Liam.
Yes.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for letting me come on this platform and just share my little piece of Liam.
No,
with,
thank you
with
for
everybody.
thank you for your time. I know you guys are in a schedule, so thank you for giving us the time. Love you, bro.
Thank you. Love you, bro.
All
Thank you. Brother, thank you so much for allowing us to talk about this subject, and your wife as well. We're proud of you guys, and I'm so happy for Liam. He's only going to be, 7? And then next thing you know, he's a whole adult, and he's just going to get better.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
I know that you guys are in a schedule, so this meant a lot. We wanted to bring this topic out. It's close to home, like you said, so we wanted to inform people and not just be funny and be Walter Mercado and talk about relationships and all that. So thank you for allowing us to talk about this. Thank you for being on the call and having Liam on the call to show our viewers and our listeners that there's so much more to this.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again. Love you guys, and anything I can do to help and share a piece of my Liam, like I said, I'm all for it. Thank you again, and I love you guys.
Love you
Love
too,
you, brother.
brother.
Thank you so much for letting us do this, okay?
All right, guys. Keep being chingonas, okay?
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
you, bro.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh.
Yeah, so for sure a different episode.
Yes,
A
for
more
sure.
serious episode, but we're going to bring all these types of episodes to you guys because we want to inform you guys. We want to maybe there's somebody out there that it was once in our shoes and being the sister of a brother that child just got diagnosed with this.
Yeah.
Or like my brother said, not even fully diagnosed. He just started seeing signs, or if you see if you see that your nephew's reacting a certain way, or your niece is reacting a certain way, maybe you could voice it out to your brother, your sister, your cousin, whoever, because you might have seen this episode and heard something that triggered it to be pay more attention to it.
For sure, don't ignore the signs. If you guys feel like, if you guys, see something different in your nephew, and your niece, and your sister, your brother, or whoever you might know, that might be special, maybe have a second opinion, go to a specialist, get some testing done, just to confirm it, and then go from there. Because once you know what's wrong, we can help them.
Yeah.
And then the people around you can get educated and just help each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for some centers or some around the Chicago area. This we obviously do live in the Chicago area. So I'm gonna look for centers where you guys could look for help. I know there's a few, so for sure, as much as we could help on our end, I appreciate my brother actually allowing us to give his personal information so that somebody could reach out to him if indeed you guys need the help.
Yes, for sure. For sure, we can list the center that my nephew goes to.
Yeah, and there's different locations.
There's different locations in the just different side of Chicago.
Yeah.
So for sure, we're just gonna list some. Whoever needs it.
Like he said, I used to live right by there from the center, and it's just one day I happened to walk by it, and I read it because it's in a hidden place.
It is hidden.
So I was walking and I read, and I was just it was in me. I had to go inside and look for a pamphlet, and literally that's all I did for my brother. And I'm so blessed that he is in the stage that he
loves
is.
it there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so much help all around that my brother and my sister-in-law have, looked for him. They've done an amazing job. He's so smart.
He is so smart. He's smarter than us.
Yeah, he really is.
For real.
Yeah, he remembers dates so clearly.
Oh yeah, he remembers everything.
There was one time that we were celebrating my niece's birthday, but we were celebrating her birthday ahead.
Yes.
I don't remember why. Maybe it was her birthday was in the week, and we were celebrating in the weekend.
Yeah, something like that.
And he was so upset, and he kept on telling us it's not her birthday. Yeah. And it's just it just melted my heart because he remembered a date. If you tell me we're going to celebrate Diana's birthday on Friday and her birthday is until next month, I'm going for it. I'm all up for the cake and all that. So it's just he paid attention to the detail, and I that melted my heart. And it was just like I don't know, it was really, really like amazing to see that, how he was probably like what, 5 at the time.
Oh yeah, this kid's smart.
Yeah, he was probably like maybe going on 5 or maybe 5, but at that time he knew it. He's like, nope,
That's not my sister's birthday.
that's not my sister's
Y'all
birthday.
wrong.
Yeah.
Y'all just here for the cake.
Yeah, and it's so amazing. I remember taking care of him a couple times when he was 1, before he was diagnosed, and it's just like my brother said, you know, he was talking and he was walking like a regular baby boy. So
Yeah.
it's just, there wasn't any physical sign,
Right.
but I'm so happy that my brother catched on. However, you know,
He noticed. the
yeah,
difference.
however it was that he realized that something was different, and I'm so glad that they were able to catch it in time, because he's had an amazing improvement.
Oh yeah, Liam. I mean, he's so great now. It's just only gonna get better with the help that he's receiving, and I mean, de aquí para arriba.
Yeah. I think this is all we have for you guys. For sure a different episode, but I really truly, with all my heart, I hope that somebody learns from this, or it's informative. And if you know somebody with autism, or you think somebody has autism, like, you know how to approach the person, and don't just, you know, brush it off, or don't just judge the parent, because I'm pretty sure, you know, my brother has been judged a couple times, and it's just, you don't know what that person is going through, or you don't know the extent of
The situation.
the situation. So just get informed before
Think before you
judging.
speak.
Yeah, for sure.
Think before you speak.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching, for listening. Thank you so much for the support. This is obviously a different just texture of how we went about this episode, but we wanted this to be out. It's something close to home, and if it's closest to you too, and you know what's up, we will list my brother's information down below. If you guys want to reach out to him, just have a conversation about autism, or just, you know, say what's up.
Yeah.
He did give us okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and thank you guys for everything.
Yeah. Thank you.
And until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.